So I'll probably go over 15 to 20 different facts, random facts that we literally don't need any idea of, but is good knowledge. So this is gonna start. We're gonna hop straight into it. Need to get these facts together. Number one, crocodiles. So I have all the facts on my phone. Obviously, the phone is the best source. So crocodiles are more closely related to birds than they are to lizards. If you asked me, I would never have a single clue that a crocodile was more related to a bird than a lizard. I would have immediately said lizard by how they walk, crawl, whatever the case is, right? Because crocodiles can't swim. Crocodiles can't fly. Birds can't go underwater. So, okay, this one is getting in the holiday spirit because it's only about 2.5 months away. But the heaviest pumpkin ever weighed more than a ton. 2,624 pounds of pumpkin. So this fact is funny because in basketball, a lot of people want to be a lefty. A lot of people who write lefty are like, right-handers are amazed by. But lefties are more prone to accidents than righties. Now, this one, none of us, and I mean none of us, were alive. Our grandmothers weren't even alive that long ago, yes. But listen, once upon a time, Antarctica, yes, Antarctica was as warm as California. But that was 40 to 50 million years ago. See, my thing is, who the hell recorded this stuff? You know, I think I said this kind of in my last facts video. There has to be a certain set of people or a certain group of people that strictly go and find and do these facts and do the numbers and do the research, and now this is interesting. Now I don't know who would, maybe you need it, who knows, but if you live in Brooklyn, you can rent a mom. So yep, it's true. I'm gonna read it really quickly. Yep, it's true. Brooklyn resident Nina Kennelly, 63, started a business by renting herself out as a mother. The business is called Need a Mom, and the services include non-judgmental listening, watching a movie with you when you don't want to be alone, resume review, and more. The site notes that she is not a therapist and only provides mom advice and mom help. So if you find yourself homesick in Brooklyn, you can rent a mom. Now, I'll just throw this out there. I lost my mom. You won't be catching me renting no mom, okay? I'm just saying. So, this one is very interesting. Spider silk, like the silk, is stronger than steel. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know this one. I don't watch these at all, but everyone knows of them. J.K. Rowling was rejected a ton of times before Harry Potter was originally accepted. That's one thing, before we hop into any other facts, that I will say is that never give up. Just because something fails once or twice, even 3 times, if you really think that you got it, or if you really, really, really think that you can do it, which you can, keep going harder. Reach to different people. Just because 1 or 2 people say no to you doesn't mean 900 are gonna say no. Just because 12 people said no to you doesn't mean the next 50 are gonna say no. You never ever know. The world is yours and the world is huge. Advice of the day. Okay, this one the average cloud, yes, the cloud that gives us rain, that gives us hail, right, weighs 1.1 million pounds. Let's give a quick read on that one, okay? Despite their airy and weightless appearance, clouds are actually insanely heavy. According to scientists, 1.1 million pounds is an average that is equivalent to 100 elephants. So yeah, you're probably wondering how these things stay afloat. It's because the weight is spread out into millions of droplets over a really big space. Some of these droplets are so small that you need a million to make a single drop. Wow, this one is crazy. The state of California has a larger population than the entire country of Canada. California has a lot of people. California is also a massive state, but like over Canada, are you sure? Sheesh. So this is crazy. So they don't know how, but it says there was a chicken who lived for months, up to approximately 4 to 5 months, without a head. Wow. So this is crazy, and this is crazy to me because I personally love dinosaurs. When I was growing up, I loved Jurassic Park. I used to have dinosaur toys. I used to just be fascinated by T-Rexes and the long neck ones and the birds that used to be back in the day. But dinosaurs roamed the earth for 150 million years. Humans have only been around for the mere of 0.1% of that. Wow, this might shock a couple of you, because I know there are some of you who go into the coffee shop and say, I need a shot of espresso in my coffee, right? Well, listen, a shot of espresso contains less caffeine than a cup of coffee. But I get it, the espresso adds to the coffee because you're drinking the coffee as well. The coffee for you isn't enough. But I have personally never, ever, yes, I drink Dunkin' Donuts, yes, I drink Starbucks. I have never, ever asked for a shot of espresso. Now, this one, for the ladies, I'm sorry. I hope it's not the same anymore. But it says lead was once used in makeup. That's crazy because, like, okay. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We got one last one and then we'll read about it because it's pretty interesting. It is illegal to chew gum in Singapore. You cannot chew gum in Singapore. You will probably be what? Let's check it out. It says, if you have ever looked on the underside of the public bench, you probably understand the desire to ban chewing gum. In 1992, the Prime Minister of Singapore was so fed up with the expense of cleaning wads of gum off the public facilities and the new public transportation system that he made the import of a sale of chewing gum illegal. Though the ban is still in place, in 2004 the government made an exception for certain types of sugar-free gum sold by dentists or pharmacists who must record the names of anyone who buys it. So please, if you ever go to Singapore, just leave the gum at home, because the people of the world cannot throw away their gum and stick it under shit. I used to absolutely hate the person in class that would leave that shit under there and you would touch it, right? Could you imagine if the stuff that's going on nowadays was going on back then? I think a lot of us would have gotten it way more than now. Alright, actually, we'll go out with a bang on this one. This one's pretty interesting, but it's 7 week. 7 days. So 1 week to make a jelly bean. One jelly bean. It says, odds are you haven't never thought too hard about how jelly beans are made. After all, they're so small that factories have to churn them out by the millions. However, the entire process takes 6 to 10 days depending on the flavor. First, the jelly or the sugar syrup is boiled, mixed, and left to set. Then it's piped into tiny cornstarch molds and cooled until it's time to add outer layer. The jelly centers are then put into large rotating drums where sugar, flavoring, and color are slowly added to form up a protective shell around each one. So some of these facts are pretty crazy. Definitely didn't expect some of them, but hey, we live in a world where a lot of things are crazy, right? So with that being said,